Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
aka the opinions no one ever asked for.
This week, our cats are here with us, obviously, to give their opinions because, listen, we're going to need some opinions to bolster up these episodes for some of these people. Oof. But before we get into that, we do have a bit of Bravo news. I held this Bravo news back from her because I think she'll be kind of a little bit excited about it. So that's going to be our new thing. I'm not going to share any Bravo news beforehand. We will do it live here. To start with, one of the Housewives franchises are now filming, and they have released who will be returning for their cast. Would you like to try to guess which franchise?
Gotta think of who's not filming. New Jersey?
No.
Is it East or West Coast? Let's just.
East.
New York?
No.
Why do I feel
Potomac.
Oh, Potomac.
The answer is Potomac. Yeah, I feel like they don't always, they feel like kind of their own entity sometimes. So they released our cast list with our main ladies and our friend of. So obviously,
Is there only one friend of? Where are you going?
only one friend of, I think that, oh God, he's causing a wreck. All right, we have 6 housewives. I won't make you guess them because they're pretty much all the same. We have Karen, we have Giselle, we have Ashley, we have Wendy, Stacy, and Tia. So our friend of is kind of the reason I wanted to have this be a thing because she is a returning person.
And she was housewife on Potomac.
Yes, you liked her.
Not Robin.
It is Robin, yes.
I had a feeling it could be Robin. I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because they made those comments about them filming their podcast and her not wanting to be on there or something. It was like there was a little like weird snippet that they mentioned, and I think
I feel like Robin also is just a better as a friend of. Like, I think
that
would be better for
she'll
her.
appreciate it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that was it. Like, and that's the way Cynthia from Atlanta talks about it, is that it's just easier. You don't have to worry about having your storyline. You get to do all the fun parties. You can be in the fight if you want. You can do all these things without having to,
Yeah,
struggle.
I think she'll be a great addition because Giselle needs somebody besides Ashley.
Yeah.
Because she really is.
And I don't feel like Ashley helps her that much. Like,
No.
Ashley is like a little bit, but not like as far as maybe like really standing up and helping her. But that is pretty much it for Bravo news. Just this big one that I've been holding out for a few days. I've been waiting because I knew not the ladies you don't care about, but they were all pretty much the same. So I figured it was the friend of.
Yeah, the friend of. Well, we were still unsure whether or not Karen was actually coming back. I mean, I don't see how she could.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know nothing about this woman's financials, but I would imagine that, she hasn't been working. I don't know what her husband does for work.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's retired or whatnot, but I'm sure she's got to recoup some money because
she probably made good on that, just even that little episode in Reunion she did. I'm sure. Because it was like an exclusive thing, technically, like the interview and all that. So they probably paid her good. All right, let's start with our first one for this week, The Valley. I don't even know.
I don't know either because,
the worst part is my first comment, I was like, what is this restaurant? And I couldn't remember, but then I remembered it was the airplane restaurant that Jesse and the other guy, I can't remember his name, were in. And I was like, what even?
Zach.
Zach. I was like, what even is this? Like, what?
Is that where it started?
I don't know, but that was the first thing that I felt like I actually could have a comment on. How about that?
Yeah, Zach was a lot more involved this season than I feel he was last season. I don't know if he was a main player last season, was he?
No, yeah, he was, but you know what? I think he was just dealing with Britt and all the Jack stuff. Like he was really tied to Britt last season. Like I think he's expanding outward into the cast.
I do too. I think he's meeting up with more of the guys. It seems, and befriending some of them,
which is important because you gotta have multiple friends, otherwise you're gone.
All I can say about Kristen is if she doesn't get her act together, that guy's leaving her. Oh, he's way too nice.
Yeah.
And he's verbally communicating with her the things that he is missing and that he wants from her. And she is just like, it's one thing when you have a new baby, you do become very consumed, but you don't need to be that consumed because this kid sleeps a lot, or they should be sleeping, and they just sit and look at you I mean, you do have time. Like, she's acting like she's got nothing, she can do nothing else. I don't understand, but he's like trying to be very open with her, and I don't know, it's weird. That was my whole thing through this whole thing. Very weird. Everything I just kept saying was very weird. Like, what are you doing? It's very weird.
See, my consensus.
And who walks away and says weirdo? Janet says weirdo? No. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Dorit. Dorit says weirdo. She was saying weirdo in all the episodes.
That was last. No, my consensus from this episode was like, this show makes you not want to have kids. The way they have all these kids, these
The
people.
way they're doing it,
Yes,
yes.
like they make you never want to do anything because if you're the mother, it looks like you're never gonna do anything ever.
Yeah.
Like quite literally, like Danny's like, yeah, she's home and she's sad. So I left her with all 4 kids. I'm just like, okay, all right, I guess. But like even the party that they had, like, oh my God. To me, I was just like, it looks like a daycare. Like I don't know if it's because like
Well,
I'm
it
like,
was a birthday party
no, I
for a
know.
kid, but
Yeah, see, I don't know. Maybe that's just because, like, when I would have been at a party with kids, I would have been the kid. But I'm like, it just looked like
oh yeah, no, there's
somebody took a
kids.
baby, you take a baby, I got a baby, everybody, somebody's in a room with a baby. This is the baby. Like, I guess it because
Well,
they
there
all
was a
have
lot of
kids, but
and babies. Babies need constant attention. That's part of the problem.
I was just like, whoa. It was a lot. It was like overwhelming. That's actually what it kind of was. This episode was just overstimulating with a lot of children. It was a little too
Yeah,
much
well,
children for me.
I think that's where
I
they're
know that's
going
the
with it,
premise.
is that now they're parents and whatnot. But I mean, I am a little confused by Brittany too, because she I think they're trying to make her like the main, I don't want to say character, but the main
Like the
person, the
person
main,
that's supposed to
yeah.
tie them all together. But I
Y-
feel like we haven't seen her that much, honestly,
No,
this season. But because I don't know what she's got going on.
just
Like,
that boyfriend and
yeah.
oh,
Oh, Sissy's here.
so this boyfriend, I was very confused because she's very well known now.
Mhm.
So, and everybody knows that she's done with Jax. So it would be really easy for someone to come in and swoop in and sweep her off her feet and
Yeah.
get her going. And I was very concerned until met with Zach and was like saying, apparently they both grew up with this guy and they know him. And
Mhm.
but then he broke it down and was really making it sound like, no, this is not the guy for you, regardless, because he's got kids and he's got drama with the kid's mom and stuff. And I don't know about this where this boyfriend's gonna go. It sounds like she's got another Jax on her hands.
Probably. It would only make a little bit of sense.
Lala is coming in as Lala because she's having a party. She got a lifeguard, and she's basically flirting with the lifeguard at her
Yeah.
littlest daughter's birthday
Which
party.
I saw no one in the pool. Like, did anybody even go in the pool?
Nobody ever goes in the pool at these events for these
No.
people. We had a pool party in my house. People where their asses were in the pool. They were
Yeah, I
in the
think
pool.
you only left the pool to eat and then you got
Yeah.
back in the pool.
These folks do not go in the pool. Although I think last season they did go in Jax's pool. They were in Jax's
Yeah, there
pool
was
last
some.
season
Yeah,
because remember
yeah.
there was a whole pantsing and they
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I appreciate what Lala's doing and I can't help if a producer's in her ear saying try to get these girls
Yeah.
fix this like you did at Vanderpump, fix it, because everybody's mad at Janet, it seems.
Yeah. Well, I think it was that ending thing where she was making the comments.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
They
which
have
makes sense.
not let it go. And obviously while they were on a break, they did not work it out at
No, no
all.
one talked.
What I don't understand is Janet goes and deals and like realizes she's really got nobody that is
Yeah.
there talking to her. So Janet goes over and talks to Jasmine to try to fix
Mhm.
that. And in true Janet fashion, I don't know if you caught it, like she was apologizing and then like double backed and was like, "Well, don't you owe me an apology for all the names you
Yeah.
called me or something like that?" And
It's
I'm like,
going. I was like, oh my God, I feel like maybe she's
she might.
changed. And then no.
Yeah, no. And that's what Jasmine called her. She's like, nope, she's still the same old Janet that is looking for help. And like with the Nia and Danny, I don't know if that's ever going to be okay. But
I don't think it would because like that was the main
yeah, and it was
thing.
bad. It was bad, a lot of the stuff that she was saying. But Lala is trying to fix it and trying to get her and Janet to talk.
Mhm.
Nia. And she goes over to Nia and she's like, can you just hear out? Can you just like talk? So this girl's waiting for her to come over to like say something or say apology. And she gets her, brings her out there, and they like stand there looking at each other in the most like when they say awkward, like that was super awkward.
Yeah.
And like I don't know what she expected the other girl to do, Nia, but like she wasn't going to do anything because she was waiting for you to apologize, say something, and it just didn't go anywhere. And she just walked away. And
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
it was that's what I'm telling you.
I
The
yeah,
whole thing was weird. I
I
kept
don't know
this.
how Janet didn't think she had to like initiate the conversation. Like I feel like that's what she thought, but like she initiated it with Jasmine, right?
Yeah, she walked over.
So
That's what's like, what are you doing?
why would it be
I don't know.
any
She's
different?
just
I don't
yeah,
know.
she's definitely bizarre. They're still trying to get Zach and Michelle together. Like
No, no, not Zach and Michelle.
I'm sorry, Schwartz and Michelle.
Yeah,
I think
that's gonna be the whole narrative for
yeah,
this
that's gonna
season
be their
until they actually
storyline.
have a date. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that might be Schwartz. It's give them something to go on. I don't know. Oh, the weird thing though is Jesse and this new girlfriend.
I quite like her.
I do too. She's
I was thinking either option A, we keep her and we get rid of Jesse, Or we just take her over to OC. She sounds like she'd be a good time over there on the OC because that's where she lives.
Yeah, apparently she has money from a divorce
Yeah.
and she's got a daughter and she is not about to give any of that up
No.
for anybody. So, and she really speaks her mind. Like, I'm not really sure. Like, she doesn't need him. That's what
Yeah.
I like about her, but and he's very needy.
Well, see, that's what I find so funny. I'm like, I just don't understand what all these people see in this Jesse because he's like just kind of that stereotypical guy that like not
Oh my
annoys
God.
everybody, but like
Oh,
you know
he's
what I
so
mean.
annoying.
But like I'm like okay, I'm like even the way like what's her face Michelle acts like she didn't need him,
No, that's
and
what
now this
cracked me.
girl doesn't need him. So what
She,
what are they with him for? Because he doesn't seem nice.
but did you hear how she said she met him or something? She apparently they grew up together or something, or they went to school together. And she made a comment that like she got divorced and somehow she landed on Jesse. Like, what you do? Spin a dial and be like, oh,
Just for
okay.
now.
That's what, and that's kind of, he should be careful because that's what it kind of sounds like to me. Like, he's just
Just for now.
whatever. I think she's going to be the addition they need because she's very straightforward and speaks her mind. I mean, he said that about her, that she doesn't have a problem like saying what's on her
Yeah.
mind. And he keeps telling her he loves her or something. And she's just like,
Thank you.
yeah, she gives him the thank you. I love when people do that because there's like, where do you go from there? There's like nowhere to go.
Multiple times he even tried it. Which is like, I think the interesting thing is I do quite like Michelle, and I know she made her sound so horrible and evil, but I think she could maybe be horrible and evil, like when
Oh,
she's
Michelle or this girl, Lacey?
this girl Lacey. Michelle
Yeah,
made
oh,
her
I
sound
think
like
she
that, but
could.
I think she could. But I think as far as
I think
casting
only
goes,
provoked.
I think she'll be like a good time. Well, yeah, because she didn't like mess with her at the party, but
No, she went up very nicely that at the party and spoke very like nicely to her. But they really like didn't cover much.
no.
I
It
mean,
was just really they really were at this like pool party just trying to like have people talk, but not but
yeah.
like no, but then nobody actually talked. So it was kind of like some would consider a filler episode, which is not good for episode 2 to be on a filler episode.
Well, I felt like a couple people had some filler episodes for episode 2, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And then the only other thing is poor Nia. I don't know why she keeps having these babies because it's a lot.
I don't know.
And he, like you said, just doesn't get it.
No.
I don't know what's gonna come of her. Like she's probably gonna have a nervous breakdown or something.
I know, I don't. And he's saying more babies, more babies.
Get him to that vasectomy and get it done. Get it
Oh
done.
my God,
Because
girl.
he shouldn't have no more. I want to know like what. Oh, he does the voiceovers now. He doesn't act anymore.
Yeah. Which we saw him do that in the first season, but haven't seen him do one yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen him do
Or
one
heard
yet.
about him do anything. Maybe. Some housewives would say I should check his IMDb or whatever. But well, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm
That's it.
done.
We can hop right over to Beverly Hills now.
To the Beverly Hills gals.
Which we once again thought this was going to be the finale, and it was not.
I don't know
This
why we
is
keep doing that.
because we want it to end. That's why. We want this show to be over, so we dream of it being the finale. And it's not. It's definitely. I think next week's got to be the finale. It's got to be. There's no way they showed. I think they posted something about reunion clothes or something. So we have to be nearing the end. Like we can't. I don't think I could take another full week of this because I don't really know what they're gonna do.
Oh my God, of the same fight.
Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin.
So we're back at the party. Rachel's party. It starts.
We're getting it started. Yeah.
Dorit is in full Dorit effect. She was actually mean. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
She was really mean because I feel like Sutton realized from watching herself last season, she was a little over the top and a little mean, and she could have dialed it down. And I think she is trying to catch herself and speak more of her mind and speak how she feels about certain things.
Yeah.
But Sutton goes up to her and basically tells her, like, listen, this and that you did, it upset me. It made me, feel a certain way and whatever. And Dorit is just like, she's listening to her. Well, she's telling her, I think you need to talk to Kyle. Couldn't you just do this? That Rachel comes over because I think she saw like something happening and she starts talking to her. And I'm a Rachel fan, but I didn't like that she did this. She just started talking to her and telling her, like, we're going to just dance tonight. We're going to have a good time. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. In the middle of those two ladies talking, Sutton felt shut down, which she was, because that was really like, because Dorit went with it. Like, she could have said, oh, wait, let me just finish this conversation with her or anything, or excuse me, or nothing. She just got up and walked away with Rachel.
Yeah, that
And I
was
was just
weird.
like, what? So when she went to tell her this, Dorit just was like, this is where I lost it for Dorit. She's like, so you want me to like apologize or whatever? Like she was just very,
Unlikable.
oh my God.
Dorit thinks she's playing a very good villain game, but she's coming off very unlikable. Dorit just doesn't have villain persona. Lisa Rinna, Erica, they give villain persona. Even I think Kathy Hilton can pull off a villain persona. Dorit, she's just not set up for that. Well, maybe she could be, but it's the way she's playing it. She is just unlikable. Like it's like there's no, I don't feel any sympathy for her
Well,
anymore.
because she's not in the right. That's where I think the problem
Yeah.
is. When these other ones go for it, or like you said, like when Kathy opens her mouth and lets it come out, she's usually because it's in the right. Dorit is not in the right with this kind of
No.
stuff. With all the girls that she's at odds with, she's really not.
Well, because that's my thing. I like she said at the very beginning of the episode, she's like, I just need support. I need support. Well, why the hell do you always need support? Like it literally sounds like to me, the way Dorit is like explaining things to me, this is how I took it, is that she needs every conversation you have with her to be some form of support. Like you can't just be like,
And about her.
well, yeah, you can't just ask like anything that's off topic that's not about her or supporting her. And then wait, one more thing too, I just saw that I've completely forgot because this was kind of like I guess one of the things she wanted support on was about this kid going to public school, and I'm very curious, like why all of a sudden isn't the kid not being homeschooled, but like in public school?
Yeah, I don't know.
My
She
only
didn't really
theory,
say anything about why.
well, I had a theory about it. I came up with. I'm thinking so she can't lose the house. She's saying the kids in school, and we don't want the kids to have to change
Oh, could be.
schools.
It could be. So
Like,
she's
cause
putting them
why
actually in
in
school.
school so that then like oh well we can't move from here because then they'll have to change schools. I don't know. That was just kind of the theory that I was like thinking of because I'm like why all of a sudden like because I remember when they would show the kids home in the school like she had a whole schoolroom had
Yeah.
for them and stuff like it was like
Hmm.
fancy. So I was like hmm, I'm interested in that.
Maybe he won't pay for it anymore.
Maybe I don't know.
That could be simply what it is that
True.
he's refusing not to pay for that, and he's saying that they can go to school because there's no reason why they can't.
Well, if not, and you don't want to lose the house to read, there's
That's a
my
good idea.
tip. Say that they don't want to leave that school. So
That could very well be it.
I don't know. Either one works. Either he's not paying, or you can use it for that.
It was a series of Dorit going around and like basically insulting people.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. She really just went around and just picked them off one by one, and she in the end gets what she deserves because well, when that was the thing that really, like you said, she was unlikable. She doubled down on Sutton and walked away from her again
Yeah.
and like said something really mean. I forget what she said, but it was like really mean.
No, yeah. And Sutton was like ready to go.
Yeah.
But the best part is my favorite part was Kyle saying,
I'm glad
"We-"
Kyle didn't
No, but I'm
let
like,
her.
but Kyle's like, well, you can't go until you dance. You haven't danced.
Yeah.
Like that was my favorite because I'm like, oh, she can't leave because she hasn't danced yet. That's the reason we can't send her home.
I think she was just trying to like get her to stay and whatnot.
Give
But
her a different idea.
yeah, don't give her the satisfaction of leaving. The problem is Dorit thinks that she's the only one that has like some kind of major thing going on. But this was going on last season and it's going on this season, it'll probably go on next season. She cannot take this divorce and make it like it's
Because
everybody
it's not original.
no.
Like,
And Erica said the exact thing. Everybody has something going on. Like she is not even taking the time to check on her friends
yeah.
that she wants this great support from. Because like Sutton said, I'm an empty nester, and that's like very hard when you're like left alone in the house by yourself after you're used to taking care of people. You don't know like what your goal is or what you're supposed to do anymore. Like she doesn't even know
Yeah.
like what's going on in
Or
any of her people's
even
lives.
just Kyle. Like, it's like you can at least commiserate on your same situation, but you're
She
not.
doesn't. She just like goes at her instead. I don't know. It's just
The biggest shock to me was how many Virgos were on this show.
oh my God, yeah. That was the
Well, first off,
craziest thing.
in my head, when I first heard, I'm like, okay, you know what, Rachel and Tilly were being Virgos. I'm like, that kind of makes sense in my head. I could actually see them because they do let some things like slide, but I do feel like Dorit, be careful because if Rachel's anything like a Virgo, she will let you slide on some things, but then you're gonna do too much, and she's not gonna be.
Yeah, she'll drop you.
She'll
cut
drop you.
She'll
That's
cut
how
you.
we behave. But then I was like, oh my God, Amanda and Sutton too. I don't know about them, but I will say all four of them are September Virgos. So I think they do play a little bit different than us August Virgos.
Yeah.
We're not, I don't always agree with all September Virgos.
Well, you know what my main thing with Tariq too is that after the party's over, everybody goes home. You see Erica comes to see Rachel, and they're talking about Dorit and the party. So I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, do you not know what show you're on? Like, people have to, I don't want to say talk about you, but they have to discuss the things that are going on.
Yeah.
If they don't, there's no show. Like, I mean, don't overdo them, but you do
No.
have to get together and like, so now are you considering her and Erica's conversation talking behind your back? I mean, it is to a certain degree because you're not there. Should they call you up and say, "Hey, we want to discuss something, so we just want you to listen in"? I mean, like that's kind of what I feel like she needs to know every time someone brings up her name.
Well, if she wants to be the center of attention, she's gonna have to get people used to people talking about her, basically.
Yeah, because that's
Is
when
what she's missing.
yeah, exactly. Like if they're talking about you, take that as a good thing because that gives you something. But then they start talking about, I guess her, which I thought was funny too, was her book cover launch. For a book she hasn't even started writing yet. You know, we thought it was crazy when she was taking the pictures last week, let's be honest. But like now that she's like launching it and everybody's kind of making like comments like, okay, so we're launching a book that we
Do we
don't.
even have the title and by Dorit on the paper at all? Do we have anything going for us?
Jennifer Tilly was the best though, because she was like, well, good for her, but typically, like, you don't do that. Like, you do a book first, and but you know, whatever, however she likes to do it. Like, she was trying to be real supportive, and I was like, oh, you go.
You know what I can bet? The photo that she put on the book cover will not be the same photo.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
She will probably totally end up changing it. And then I would say the only other big thing in this episode was Bose got engaged, which, let me tell you what I found very interesting. No Dorit. No Dorit. I get the other ladies not being there, but like
But if they're
no
so
Dorit, they're
close.
so close. But like Dorit wants all these people to make time for her, but she wasn't
Included in
there,
something big.
right? I don't know. I found
Makes
that a
me
little weird.
makes me feel like the people in Bose's life don't know that Dorit and her are that close.
Yeah,
Like,
to know to invite them.
yeah, like I feel like if somebody knows or if somebody like talks about you enough or you're going to be like, oh, should we invite so and so's? I mean, maybe they did have that discussion. We have no idea, but
No.
it didn't seem like it.
It was just interesting because, like, I realized that, like, after the end, I'm like, when she's like going up and talking to him, I'm like, there's no other housewives here, let alone Dorit. Like, Dorit would have been the one that I would have been like, yes, she's gonna be here.
See, because here's the thing.
Because other housewives have been so involved on engagements on other shows.
Yes.
So for no one to be there, weird.
And let's be real, we all watch it. We know there's cameras there. We know they have coordinated this. She seemed very surprised, which I thought was nice. She definitely thought she was doing something with the daughter, and that was a good way to get her dressed up so she didn't realize and all like that. But you're coordinating this. So when the producers are getting this all ready, even if they ask the daughter or the fiance now to say, hey, so okay, this is when you're gonna do it. What do you want any of the housewives there? Now he may have said no.
Yeah.
He could have, but they could have. I feel like they could have been like, well, Jareed is very close with her because they're trying to push that narrative to make
Maybe
problems with the other girl. I'm not saying that this is what they're doing, but it feels like they're driving home. Well, at least Dorit is.
But also, if the producer's narrative wants to be that Dorit doesn't repay people, then they would make sure she's not there. So it could go either way with like that.
But I thought it was also weird that like when she arrives at the book launch or the picture launch, whatever it is, she doesn't say anything about getting engaged to anybody. I mean, I know there are a lot of people
Maybe she
like,
didn't want to
stage her, you know, her picture that's like you said may or may not be on the cover, but the big stuff comes at the end. That's where like see sometimes they'll make you sit there for the whole like show and then do like some drastic stuff in the last like few minutes of the thing. Because Rachel was convincing Erica, you need to go to this book party. And I really thought Erica was going to go because she was like, yeah, I know she'll be devastated. It'll be traumatic. It'll be blah, blah, blah. And then when she showed up at Sutton's,
no, I think I honestly think that's the best thing she could have done because like Kyle Sutton not going, it's gonna be whatever to Dorit. It's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. But like Erica, you can just tell that like out of the three of them, Dorit has more like not like she values her more, but she sees something in Erica that she doesn't. Or maybe it's just because she knows she can't take her in a fight, so not to have her on her side is not good. And like doing it with no call either, like that's the part
at least
that's
the
gonna
other two sent like text messages or calls or something. That was
nothing. That's where it's gonna go crazy.
yeah, oh definitely. And then if she finds out that she was at Sutton's house instead of just not coming,
I mean, at that point they should have Kyle just come over. I mean, maybe there's still time. They could just be like, "Oh, Kyle, what are you doing?"
maybe they'll call her. I mean, like Kyle, I expected was not coming. I knew that. And Sutton, I felt like, yeah, we're not going to see her there either. But I thought Erica would come.
They might have Kyle come over just so that they can end with the two separate groups for the finale, if it is the finale next week. But we can now head over to the other coast. We'll head over with our Atlanta ladies here. I will say my first thing right off the bat has nothing to do with the ladies at all.
I know.
The cold plunge?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
No. did you watch them jump into the cold plunge?
Yes.
There was a couch right on the side, got covered in water. I'm like, why would this place put the couch so close to the
I
cold?
didn't see that.
I saw it when it was next to Shamia. Like, first off, I saw them both get in and splash it all up on the walls, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
oh my God, like
I
that's a
don't
mess.
know if you're supposed to do that, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I think you could just get in and whatever.
Yeah.
You can jump in, whatever. But like I noticed like when they had panned it, like next to Shamia's was like this leather couch, and I'm like, oh, we're just splashing water all over the couch. Like, why would you ever put that so
Or you can wipe that off, I guess.
I
I
guess.
don't know.
But I was just like, that was like the thing that I was like, okay, that's weird.
Well, they broke out into song after that. No, what I was gonna say was the fact that we've been watching this so long that the prince is now driving.
Well, you know what?
And she flashed back and he was really so cute.
But you know what got me a little confused? Maybe Atlanta laws are different. But I was a little confused because she's like, he's going into high school. And now, if he's going into high school, he should not be driving, right? You're 16. That would be halfway through high school. So it's not like he's starting high school. But it didn't matter anyway because she cleared it up. He's been driving since he's 12.
Yeah.
Which is definitely not allowed. And I don't know how the producers thought was to go, oh, well, is he going to drive you around?
Could be because he's some of them do let them drive at 15.
Oh, okay.
And
well,
if
maybe
he's
that's wrong.
like he could have started school later
Yeah.
or something. I mean, it could be. I mean, it's a tough call, but it's just
But
the fact that he's
the 12-year-old part kind of confirmed. They're just doing whatever.
he's been driving the dad since
He
he's
was 12.
12. He's a designated
No,
driver.
that's my favorite thing is that the producer literally goes, well, is he going to drive you around now? Instead of being like, hey, isn't that like illegal? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean he's been driving since he's 12? I don't
Like-
think there's any states that you can drive 12.
Rhode Island, like they ask, like, okay, riding over someone is a
That's what
problem.
I'm saying. And clearly we do not have the same set of producers in Atlanta and Rhode Island.
No.
one's sharing.
No.
Because I was just like, oh, we're just gonna go right past that. He's driving.
This episode was a lot of like, I'm not really sure what's going on.
Honestly, now that I think about it, we were like everywhere with them.
Yeah,
we
and
went to tea, we went to a movie premiere, we went to a chicken shop opening. I mean, my God,
I mean, they
we were
did-
everywhere.
They did keep it moving. I'm gonna give them that. However,
They packed a lot into the episode. Now that I think about it,
I'm not really sure who's mad at who. I'm
just depends.
I'm having a tough time of who's mad at who anymore because you start with Kelly and Portia getting together with K. Michelle at the Dirty Tea restaurant, which I thought was appropriate because Portia. It's like, oh, look at her. She's so good. She's apologizing. She's working this out with her. And then she backhands her with kind of like apology that is wrapped up in you date married men.
I don't know. I think the best part though is that like, cause she's saying, "Oh, you're doing it in public, Kelly," and it's like, here's my thing: they never consider the cameras public. But like the best part is if you look in the restaurant, there was 2 tables behind them. Like that was it. Like 2 other tables with 2 people at each table pretty much. So it wasn't even very public.
Yeah,
But I will say, I think Portia like understood she kind of meant public, maybe public as cameras because Portia was like, I'm doing it on the same level that you were doing it. Which I would agree, like, because Kelly made her comment on the after show. She's making hers on the show. I mean, maybe the show I think, would be more public than the after show because we don't always watch the after show. Like, I don't think everybody watches that.
No.
Because I like forget to look for them because they don't like put them right up on Peacock. So I think
That's what I don't like when people act like, you should have come to me or when they do come to them, you're coming to them with cameras.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to find this out. Maybe not immediately, but everybody's going to find out about it. It's just, and then I just love K. Michelle sitting there like, like what is going on here? Just like she did at the other part. Well, that one she walked away from, but this one she's just like, this is like some crazy stuff that these women are fighting over. We got a little bit more information about some of the new, like, Pinky and K. Michelle, like we got a little bit more information about them, like, us being vegan. I'm very excited that she's on the show.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be interesting to watch how these ladies have to interact with her.
Yes.
I knew of her company, but I didn't know all that transpired about it. Like that she lost it, just recently bought it back and is trying to build it all back up. I knew something happened, but I just thought she closed down stores because I think she was in New York and that closed down and then she opened it.
Yeah, there is one more in New York. So there's only one now, I'm pretty sure.
So I thought that was kind of interesting to hear that whole story of how like she had it all. She put people in charge and then she said it all fell apart. We moved from event to event.
Yeah, I think it was more like, yeah, we did events, and the filler was instead of having conversations with like little groups, it was meeting the new wives.
Yeah.
Which I think was like not bad, but
some decent camera time, I
No,
feel.
but I fear next week will be with the filler dinner tables now that we've met the new wives. That's the only con.
Because that's what I feel like is what I was saying.
Rhode Island.
Yeah. I think they had like the filler, but as comical as Drew always is, here she is having, I thought first this was an album release. What?
The taglines, people.
Oh, we didn't discuss taglines.
All right, we'll discuss taglines at the end of this one. I just forgot. I forgot to write them down.
So, Drew, I thought, first of all, we were at the album release. Because didn't she say so? No, at first I'm saying I thought she was talking about having an album, like she's got the new album coming out or something
No,
like
the
that.
album came out. She said
All
with
right,
the
it came out. So
with
I
the
was confused.
with the
So
success of the album, she's doing this.
acting, yeah. So I thought she was just telling us that she was doing acting. I didn't realize we were actually at a premiere for a movie that she's in for, according to Portia, 10 minutes and then she dies.
Yeah, I think the show put up the counter that it was 35 and ended up being.
Oh, she made a full 35.
I
Okay.
think so.
So that was Portia math.
But that was like 1/4 of the film, if you think about it. If it's like,
That's true. That's
you know,
just, she made
you
a
know.
quarter of a way in there.
It's not bad. She got some screen time. Is it her first acting role?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. I think she did.
But I think it's all like these small bit things or
Yeah,
indie
no,
films and things like that.
I love though that like yeah, it was like just in like a little local movie theater. Like you know like how sometimes they have like the
Yeah.
premiere carpet outside, like the little the step and repeat was inside the movie
But
theater,
there
like
was
next to the
somebody
popcorn.
there that was next to her.
I know, I
I
recognized her face,
recognized,
but I
and I
couldn't.
can't think of where I knew her from. The only thing that happened there that was worthy was like it seemed like Phaedra. I thought Phaedra and Angela made up.
Kind of. I don't know. They're
But then
just
you
kind
see
of,
them at the next event,
and they were
and
like, oh, I guess we're friends. I don't know. They're like
yeah,
on a
that's why
weird
I'm saying
limbo.
I don't know who's friends with who and who's mad at who
Oh,
because
and Portia did show up with her girlfriend, which
yes,
just bye to the other guy.
sway,
Think so.
sway.
But just like that, the other guy's gone.
And that's how they said, because I happened to look at Portia's Instagram one day when you were telling me something about her, and then I saw her with this girl, and I'm like, wait, and I think I asked her, I'm like, wait, is she like now with this girl? Apparently, yes, or she, as she said,
You know what they said was gonna happen in Thailand. So come
they
on.
did flash back to that,
To
so
Thailand.
that
Yeah.
was
So
priceless.
you cannot discount those kind of people. They know what they're talking about. You just don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, you had to give it some time.
And then of course you have the opening of the,
Chicken.
but again, like because she went and talked about Portia.
Portia.
Am I saying something wrong?
Portia.
Oh, Portia. I thought you said
Yeah.
I said Portia wrong. Because she's going and talking about her to other girls that are coming back and now telling Portia that she's saying all these things. Now Portia doesn't show up.
Yeah.
So now again, the makeup that was at the beginning of the show is now ending not a makeup.
Nope.
And of course, I knew the minute I saw those flowers at the table, that was from her.
Listen, she should just be grateful that she didn't send her one of the funeral bouquets like they did on New Jersey.
Oh my
At
God.
this point, that's what everyone should be grateful for, is that if you just get nice flowers and not that, because that was a solid stunt, and I'm waiting for someone else to pull that. I don't even care if it's copying.
I wasn't even sure what was going on at the end, to be honest with Kay Michelle.
No, at first I was like, what are we like leading up to? Because I was like, I don't know. And then the amount of blood she made it sound like and described, I was like, oh whoa. But I had a feeling when she described him, like, no, like something like had to have popped or something.
I didn't know what was wrong with her at all. I thought she had maybe a tummy tuck. I thought maybe that's what she was
Yeah,
having.
I
And she
thought
said she had an open, because
but
I'm like,
she
all right.
said she stood up.
That's why I thought maybe it was something with this.
No,
with
I
the
know. Well,
stomach,
it
but
sounded like it was like under her.
yeah, well, it was unfortunately,
Yeah.
but like they showed her in Nashville doing the was Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the whole thing and all, which I think is like insane. So you get up and you clearly left a river behind you, as she was
Yeah, she
referring.
didn't. Well, she said she was not. She did say she was not.
Yeah, but like
No
your
one looked
people,
at her.
she said they brushed her up, cleaned her up, tightened her up, and sent her out there like get out there, sing. And she apparently performed. I'm like, what? And she said she didn't realize till she was done that like
What
something.
had happened? I mean, impressive,
I
but
don't
also
know.
wrong.
Yeah, because this guy was like, the doctor was like, yeah, you do nothing, you eat nothing. We need to take care of this right away because you also have an infection.
Well, probably because no one treated it properly. All right, let's quickly go over these taglines, okay? We're going to give them our ranking. We will review them at the end of the season because,
That's when you figure out what
that's
they
when you
really
figure out
mean.
what is
Yeah.
going on.
So
All right.
you can kind of get a gist of what they did,
Yeah.
but
First, we have Angela. In a field full of players, I always run it back. I mean, I get it, but I feel like it sounds more football-y. Like, I feel like
yeah,
she goes more basketball. So that was the only thing I was like, that sounds like football. Not my favorite.
Portia, ha ha ha. I've lived many lives and all of them have been fabulous. I mean, I get that.
But you know, it sounds like it would just be like on a like Forever 21 t-shirt. Like it's not.
I don't.
It's like nothing special. It's just like, yeah, it was a line.
Yeah, I don't get where, like, I'm curious, like, where that ties into
Mhm.
what.
K Michelle, I don't need any background singers. It's always my show. Which I'm like, okay. I mean, it depends. I think if she shows up on this show, like, okay, maybe you're trying to say like I'm running the show.
I don't know. I
I
thought
don't
it had
know.
something to do with how, like, how her and Drew, like, kind of treat her or something. I don't know, but Shmia's is, I've been loyal to a fault, and now it's time to have my own back.
I mean, it's just like so obvious. Like, yeah, we know you've been loyal to like Portia, and now you're standing up for yourself. But I
Yeah,
feel like that would have maybe been better for last season. I
yeah,
mean,
and
unless they're gonna
she's
get into it.
really trying to stand up for herself because she keeps trying to, which I don't like. It's like, if these girls are trying to make up, let up. She's like forcing like fights, like, oh, but really, how did you do this? Like,
You
why are,
can't let
like,
that go.
she can't
Or
let it go.
forgetting. That's what she
And I
was
think
saying.
that's what her saying is, like, she's got her back, but
Drew's is already kind of revealed. If you cast me in your drama, I'll only accept leading roles, which obviously we're doing acting this season with
yeah.
Drew. So there we go. We
I
got
don't
hers.
feature in leading roles, my friend.
I don't know.
Pinky, while you're busy beefing, I stay vegan.
I mean, I think it's like cute, like to tie in the
Yeah,
beginning.
because she's really not in the midst of anybody's fight, so I feel like she is kind of staying like,
Yeah, I think it works. Then we have Kelly. I'm short seasoned and always a full course meal. Okay.
yeah, I don't get, I mean,
I don't know. She just kind
something
of
with
runs with the short
some
brand, which is, I
something with the
guess.
chicken, I really don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Miss Phaedra Parks, in a world of legends, they call me the Godfather. I mean, I get that.
I get that, but like, I don't feel like Phaedra's running the show enough.
No,
That's
I
what's
was,
so disappointing.
when I heard that tagline, I'm not gonna lie, I was excited for it because I'm thinking, oh, she's gonna take these reins and get these ladies in check.
But she hasn't. Not even
Not
like
yet.
last season. I was like okay with it because she's coming in halfway. She doesn't have a lot of time. I'm
I'm
hoping a
wondering
little
if it's
more.
because her boys are getting older and she don't want to do anything too much to embarrass them or something. But I don't
Maybe.
know. She doesn't seem to care. I
All
don't know.
right. Well, that is our housewives. I mean, I'm thinking maybe Pinky's is the best. I'm feeling
Yeah.
like I think it's just the most interesting. And
Hers and Phaedra's. I
Phaedra's will
mean,
be the best if Phaedra shows up.
yep. She's got to step it up. She definitely has to step up this
All
game
right.
because it's crazy.
Let's hop over to Rhode Island. We'll start with their taglines first since we have them up. We have Liz in the ocean state. I dispense the weed and the truth. I mean, we already obviously know what hers is saying. She owns the dispensary. I don't hate it. Like it's like
No. I
it's
mean,
kind of the same
she's
with
pushing that truth narrative for
yeah.
her and that Dino friend or whatever. Leisha, why settle for just a slice when you can have the whole damn pie?
I get it, but I'm like,
Well, she's on the premise of don't give the milk out till you buy the cow. Like, I think
yeah.
this has to do with her
Does
being
she work at a
married.
pizza shop?
Does she have pizza now?
I don't know. Why do I feel like I've never seen her in a pizza shop?
I
Her
mean,
family owned the pizza shops on Rhode Island. I feel like I'm remembering this from last week. I don't know. That was a week ago. I can't
maybe.
remember. Maybe it's in reference to that.
I think it's in reference to like getting married, but
Sure.
it would make sense if she chose pizza.
I think so. Okay, we have Rosie. I used to report the news, but now I'm the headline. Which,
I
okay.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them I think are a little generic. Like they're just kind of like basic. Like that's kind
Well,
of what this feels like. Basic. Like, okay,
yeah.
she's a reporter, so let's just say this.
There's no double entendre there, like where it used to like say one thing and mean something else, and or
Yeah.
mean like, you know. So I have Ashley. My life is like a rom-com. When I'm not crying, I'm laughing.
Well,
And I believe that to a
well, yeah,
T
we saw
because
it in the
she's getting
trailer.
annoying already.
We saw it in the
Personally.
trailer. She was doing a lot of crying and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that's gonna be her. Okay, we have Miss Rulala. I have a blessed life and I'm a loyal wife.
Yeah, we know. And
I
they're talking about it all the time about how you're loyal and he's not. Kelsey, who needs a sugar daddy when my life is this sweet?
I see where we're going, but the life is only that sweet because of the sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Let's be frank.
If he
If I
decides
can
to
be
dump you,
frank,
you're screwed.
all right, last one, Miss Joellen. I'm not trying to be mean. I just mean what I say.
Which I think I wrote that about her
Why is the cat on the air conditioner?
So, like we had said, this is dinner after dinner after dinner
Yeah.
with the husbands, which granted, let's start off. You got some husbands at least, so you're actual housewives, but it's I don't know, it's just it's too much. It was too much this
Yeah,
episode
no.
of
It was a lot of like talking, which is like I know someone's gonna be like, well, yeah, it's a show. They're gonna talk to each other. They're gonna have to interact.
no,
But like, not that it was like boring, but it was a
it
little
was boring.
dull.
It was boring. Like the
Like I
conversations
was finding
were
myself on my phone more than the show.
like I mean,
Like last week, I was like fully
yeah,
engaged. Like I was like this, I was like,
Nope, I was on my phone too.
and
I mean, I was
that's
on my computer and I wasn't.
that's the worst part. Like, I felt like this show, it was giving me the vibes of like when I watch Salt Lake, like I want to binge it because it's so good, and I thought this could be the same,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's more like Beverly Hills, where like I want to binge Beverly Hills so it can be done.
This episode, yeah, I was.
This one,
They
well,
better
I mean,
fix it.
they felt like they could have been pulling it back at the end, but I don't know. I don't know.
I wrote in multiple spots. I was so disappointed. It was a lot of eating, a lot of disgusting things, and not in, like we said, not interesting things. I
No,
just,
like we have Alicia who has her little cookie hobby of dolls.
I mean, that was an
That's
interesting one to find out. Because I saw
I.
those dolls last week,
Oh, you
and
did? I didn't see
yes,
them.
and I wasn't paying attention because she does have a kid, and she has them not only just like out in like doll houses, they
Yeah.
like all shoved in there. I don't know.
Fascinating.
It was
I mean,
fascinating.
listen, I like a housewife that's got like one of those weird little hobbies or things like
No,
that.
that was definitely like she was serious. Like she was not joking. She's like,
No.
I love like how there's three layers of like eyelash, eyeliner, mascara, and then eyeshadow. And I'm like, okay, I've noticed that on dolls when I
I've
was, you know,
yeah,
7, 8, but
but I've never even seen that brand of doll. I mean, I haven't been to the dolls section
I thought it
in
was
a while.
Bratz at
No,
first, but it's not. I don't know who the hell that is.
I don't know. I've never seen that, but it's apparently popular enough to make that many versions of it. Like that was a lot. And
Yeah,
that's
I
just
know.
someone who has Funko Pops saying that.
But Liz is having a Studio 54 party for her husband, which I thought was a really cute idea. He's turning 54 and she's gonna do like a Studio 54 themed, which is easy. Well,
I thought we've been doing Studio 54 everywhere. I feel like I've been hearing that everywhere on the
well,
Housewives
it's
recently.
kind of like a 70s theme.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, I feel like I've been hearing it like on every Housewives
But
recently.
I do like how she tied it to his age. Like I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
yeah.
was cute.
Like
Like
not
that
just
made
because.
yeah, like it made more sense. Like he apparently is obsessed with it. But I like how some of the younger girls like had to Google kind of
Yeah, I
what
have
it
no clue what it is.
oh, it was a very popular club and very like popular like gay scene, like where it was anything goes at Studio 54. Let's go there more. Anything went there. Of course, that was back in the day of smoking, drinking, whatever, you
Yeah.
know. So it was a always a good time. Apparently, I never went. Can't say, but
Well, if it was in the 70s, you'd only be 10, so we're gonna hope you didn't go.
Drew Barrymore went. She was 10. But
That doesn't make it right.
I'm not saying it doesn't. She'll tell you it's not. But we meet Kelsey's other boyfriend.
Not boyfriend.
Well, not boyfriend, but
I was like,
they
that's
haven't hard launched it, she said.
yeah, but it doesn't even sound like they're in a relationship because when he came in, he kissed her on the cheek.
Yeah, and the
So like,
conversation was very like, let's get like,
friends,
yeah,
like
like,
two
do you
high
want
school
kids?
friends.
Do you want this? Do you want that? Like, it was very weird.
It more felt like she was just sussing him out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, all right, maybe
But
you.
it sounds like he knows about this other guy a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't cannot know because he obviously knows that that's not her house, I
yeah.
guess. It's just the whole storyline is going to be very weird because after this, I'm sure this guy is going to see this and feel very foolish, even though they cut his face out of the picture every time.
But they like we said last week, he's apparently very prominent in Rhode Island,
Yeah,
so we
so
could
it's not
probably
everybody
find
figure
him.
it out. So now that you're coming out saying it doesn't matter because a guy is a guy. It doesn't matter if he has a girlfriend. He's not going to like that you're making him look like a fool, even if you know he's making you look
Yeah,
like a fool. So I'm curious to see where she ends up next season because he may
at least
say,
by reunion.
yeah, he may say, you're out.
Well, my favorite thing about this party though is that I first thought she brought him Kelsey, but I will say I'm very impressed with all these ladies bringing the rumored men that they've cheated with because even Alicia brought Dino to the party. Like that's just so abnormal for housewives. Usually you keep the cheating person far, far away. So to have them be at this actual party was like
I
kind of
know that was
interesting.
Liz.
Liz, sorry.
Let's see, it's tough.
They
These
look
ladies
too those look too
too much.
alike.
And they didn't, they were the ones that were having the conversation about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all I kept hearing her say was, I want to go down to the seawall
Well, yeah, that was
with
like
Dino
at the end.
and what's her husband's name? Gary?
Gary,
Jerry?
Jerry.
I don't
No.
know.
What's her husband's name? That's Alicia's husband.
Is Jerry? Gary?
Gary.
I don't know what Liz's husband's name, but
Oh,
whatever he
they
is,
all look alike.
whatever he is, she wanted to go down to the
That
seawall
seawall.
and have everybody see her with the three of them. I mean, listen, I don't know what went on. I think they're just really good friends. I don't think anything went on there because the husband, I think, would look a little more pissed off when they're talking
Yeah.
about this, and he doesn't seem pissed off. He seems like
He don't care.
no, either he doesn't care because he's doing something too. Who knows? But apparently, they waited for the last 12 minutes of this party and episode to really have stuff go off the rails, because you do have a little bit of off the rails with Joelle
And Rulala.
and yeah, meeting up, and the husbands meeting up, and I mean Joelle's husband was like,
Yeah, I was really excited because I was like, oh my God, he's gonna come in and give us like our first house husband fight. Like
mhm.
based on New Jersey, I was like, okay, we're really gonna get something good
I think
here.
he tried, but
He
I
tried,
just think the
but
other guy was
Rulala's
he was
husband
a dud.
didn't.
He was a dud, and he knew that what he did was wrong. It was
Yeah,
stupid, and
it was
he couldn't defend
pointless.
himself.
And I didn't even get like why she wasn't gonna come to the party. Like if you look at like they kept showing those drone shots of the house. Like it was so big, there was such a high chance that her and Joellen would have never
Yeah.
interacted. But I mean, I know in housewife world, yeah, of course you're gonna interact.
And of course, you can interact if Dolores is there and you interrupt their conversation to do this kind of little fight. And Dolores is like, yeah, I'm going to go get some natural juice. I don't even know what the hell that is, Dolores, but go get your natural juice, which was apparently go over to the other housewives, get their shit rolling, and be like, hey, I was just over there, blah, 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 is over there. They're starting something. And
I
all
know
the housewives
that was
moved.
like that was the most pot stirrer thing I've seen
Teach
Dolores
them,
do.
Obi-Wan, teach them the way. And
That
she
was like
did.
she really did do a good amount of pot stirring, which like she
I
doesn't
was,
always do Dolores. She's a little like
no, but I feel like somebody might have like gave her the get in there,
I
get
think
those
yeah.
housewives going.
I think that was like what her I think that's her job is like to help them. Yeah, learn the ways of being a housewife basically. I think the best part too with the whole before Rulala left was that I just love when you have a confessional moment and you know that that wife is going to get in trouble. Like Alicia when she said that Rula's husband is playing Studio 54 and also a faithful husband.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna. That's coming up at reunion. We can all just wait
Oh
for that.
yeah, they all of them are in the confessionals yakking it up instead of like,
Yeah, they don't get it yet. That will come back to bite you
yeah,
in the butt.
you need to
It's
like be out. I mean, well, Joellen says
what
either
she
way,
wants.
I give her that, which I get her tagline, but I don't know what happened, but like things went off the rail with Liz at the very end of that, where she kind of like, I guess she was talking to Alicia. That was
No,
no,
she
it
was
was
talking to
Kelsey,
Kelsey.
who apparently they are very good friends.
Yeah,
Apparently something happened, and
and
Kelsey made
she told her like I wouldn't go down to that seawall with
yes,
everything going on, and she was like, I just want to go down there. I just want to go
nothing's
down
going
there.
on or something, and she kept insinuating that something was going on, and that's
Yeah,
supposed to be her good friend. And the other girls, you see them, they're getting it, they're getting it.
you have to follow.
Get in there, get in there. And she was like up in her room or something and saying like, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I just want to go to, or she just wants to go to
Go to
bed.
bed.
Now, that was my other favorite part too. That like
What,
no
didn't
one,
she have a house full of people?
yeah, but like I love that like okay, the housewives noticed, but we all know the housewives noticed because probably producers are
I like,
provoking them.
get over there.
But like I love that no one at the actual party like ever seems to notice. Like the host is gone. The host is gone. Where did the no one just notice the host storm off? Because like we don't really like see her storm off. Like I think
No.
it's just like the conversation and then like they're at the bedroom at that
Yeah.
point, which is like no nobody in all of Rhode Island noticed that at all.
Nope. Apparently not.
Because I will say, Joe Ellen, I think, gets it because she was the one that trying to get the girls, but like she was trying to rile them up to bring her, but not everybody was going with her.
Yeah, no. Well, I think the problem is like Ashley, well, the girl Rosie, yeah, she wants to be in on all of it. But that girl Ashley, I don't think she really gets it.
No.
Alicia, I think probably just figured, oh, better her than me. Let me stay the hell out of it because I did start that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it went sideways. So I don't know where this is gonna pick up. But
Yeah, hopefully better, hopefully.
yeah, because they made it sound like I don't know where I got this from, but the last episode, I thought somebody was on a boat or something. Maybe it's because they showed the dock of her house or something,
No, you know what I
and they
think
show
it
somebody
was?
shutting a door or something.
No, I think they might have played the whole preview for the season. I think they do that at the first
Oh,
episode.
maybe that's what I saw then.
Think they do. I think they play like the trailer at the end. I can't remember though.
I don't know. It was just, it was disappointing. This week
Yeah,
was disappointing on a lot of
not
levels.
not the best. It was just get through them, which is not right, but
No, because you know what? When they do this kind of setup with certain things, the show literally feels like 5 minutes.
yeah,
And like you can compact it down to be like Valley, couple parties, that's it. And
yeah,
like Beverly Hills, Dorit being mean and a party. Like I
yeah. We
just
could really get basic on it if we had to.
hopefully next week will be better. And
Well, it needs to be better because we bought some time with those taglines. Not much, but
I know.
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't even know. I got nothing.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get some juicy Bravo news, which is also like I gotta pray for some crazy catastrophe to go on in the Bravo world to get this. We're right back where we left at the very end of our like last podcast we had done a while ago. It's rough out here.
Mm-hmm. That's why we stopped, because it was just like they started, I don't want to say repeating themselves, but yeah, and then we started repeating ourselves, and I'm over repeating myself. I'm not gonna do it.
But
So hopefully next week.
yeah,
Hopefully next. Fingers
we'll
crossed.
be back.
Yes.
Yes, we'll
Fingers
be back
crossed.
next week to repeat ourselves. Or
No,
maybe not.
no.
Hopefully not. Hopefully Erica said something good for Beverly Hills.
Well, that's gonna be an explosive. Well,
Yeah.
that's the only good thing is.
It looks like we set up for a good episode next
Yeah,
week.
both the housewives of
At least
Beverly Hills and
Rhode
Rhode
Island.
Island are set to but I always get disappointed. But Elena,
We
they
didn't.
just they that looks like it's gonna get crazy between Portia and K Michelle, because apparently Portia made a comment about
Oh
her
yeah, something I
that
thought
her
miscarriage or something. She made
no, she made a comment about her butt.
Yeah, I know, and I think Portia said, "Oh, what did she have, a miscarriage?" In the trailer, I think that's what she said.
Oh, I thought she said something about having, like, why'd she go and get her butt done or something.
Oh, I don't know, maybe that was in
I
there
don't know.
too, but I know I heard the words miscarriage definitely, which
Oh.
all right, well that is all for this week. We do hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next week.
Hopefully it'll be better. That's all I can promise.
Yeah. All right, bye.
I'm gonna start making stuff up.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.